right, we'll go into questions. Steve?
Coach Cal Stephen, another really good outing for you. What was working for him today, and what were your impressions?
Just mixed. I thought he had a pretty good slider early in the game. Threw some good changeups. You got to throw some all-speed against these guys because they can ambush a fastball as good as anybody. I thought he was able to pitch a little bit. He was able to get some, not easy outs, but early outs. You know, some one-pitch, two-pitch outs. Help him through some of those innings.
Steph?
Yesterday, Hunter was telling us that he wasn't thinking too much about, the home run, and
He was lying. So, you see him when he hit the one today and celebrated about halfway down the line, like he got a new bike at Christmas. So, I mean, the whole team's giving him a hard time, but he's been carrying that around since opening day. I mean, he's one of the best power hitters in the country, and to get the first one, maybe get it out of the way. His swing's really good right now. Him and DJ have put a lot of work in, and kind of had a little bit of a slow start, but swinging well. Did that answer your question? You got about half of it out. So,
Robbie?
To your point on that too, a lot of really big moments in situational hitting, whether it be two outs or guys in scoring position. That's been something that's been missing sometimes this year. What do you think of taking care of that part of the game today?
I thought it was huge. I mean, Goat's been tireless. I mean, just, you have a little bit of a slow start, trying to get some guys going. You're seeing the ball get in the air a lot more right now. For some reason early, we were on the ground and being able to pull some balls. I thought they even made some plays the last two nights. There's been a lot of hard hit balls in the outfield, which we didn't have early in the year.
Doug?
Coach, another dazzling play by Mershon today, sliding into the bullpen and hops up like it's no big deal. He sings, he hits, now he plays defense. I mean, he's really lifting the ball club.
We're not letting him sing again, so but he is. He's a good ball player. He's all over the ballpark, and had some big hits again tonight. Just jumped in there, had that one to get the last rally going, I guess. But just a good ball player. He just does everything in the game pretty good.
Tanner?
Coach, you talked a little bit last night about hitting with runners in scoring position. You guys couldn't really blow that one open last night, but tonight you do put up the 8 spot. Talk a little. Was that kind of a message to the team last night, and how do you think they responded?
You know what's funny is the more you talk about it, the less it happens, right? So I really didn't talk about it a lot. So I mean, they're smart enough. They realize it. And we talk about expanding games, but the last thing you want them to know is thinking about last night's game. We didn't get it done. We're playing tonight, so we address things, but it's not a driving in runs. It's just stepping up there. And we talk a lot of times about stringing at bats together. And when you leave them out there, you get good at bat, gross. We're trying to have a lot of steady, consistent at bats put together.
Steve?
Downs gets the starting left today over Bryce. Is it just a chance to kind of get him some ABs or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I gotta find somebody in that spot. I mean, Bryce Chance is shoot. I mean, there's a reason he's in our 5-hole all year. It's just game's been a little tough. Hitting off lefties has been a little tough. Sometimes seeing it from the other side of the line it gives you some perspective too. Bryce is going to be back out there and playing. I mean, he's too good a player. We need him. But same thing with Connor Isaac last week, and he responded and came back and had a great game. And Bryce will be that same type of guy.
John?
Dakota obviously red hot at the plate right now and did it again tonight. I mean, how have you kind of seen him grow with his plate approach and just offensively in general recently?
It was a lot mechanical early, I think. I mean, I think he made a mechanical change about 10 days ago. And it's kind of when we started to see it a little bit last weekend, and then Tuesday night, it really started to come out. We're seeing it in BP. He's just working a little harder, and then he's just getting his swing off a little bit better. Just back to some basics. But he is. But then he's hot too, right? Confident, feeling good, and that's a big part of baseball too.
What specifically was the mechanical that you were
a little bit with his hands, just trying to get his hands in the right spot. So he doesn't do a lot. If you ever notice, he's not a strider. He just kind of sits in there, and then it's the most amazing juice from a guy who doesn't he doesn't, a lot of kids leg kick or whatever. He doesn't. He just sits in there and it's quiet. So if he gets his hands in the right spot, that ball he hit tonight, I don't know if we've had a bigger. Did they have a distance on it? Or
462.
Yeah, pretty good.
Steph?
We saw the potential, last season with him, but what's kind of the thing right now you need to see from Colby to kind of improve his pitching a bit?
He needs to take his work to the mound. I think that's the biggest thing, and we need him. I know it's, out there I could pull him, and even like Parks, then we got to give him some rope. We got to let him figure this out. It's too good. He's every bit as good as the other 3 starters on the weekend. promise you. And probably outpitched most of them a good percentage of the year. But once again, like Dakota's playing so well because of confidence, he's fighting to get back to his normal self right now. And he's worked super hard. He's done it before, so it's not like he's scared of being out on the rubber. It's just he's just not trusting it enough right now. And we need to get him to bring the bullpen into the game. The bullpen, he's 95, 97, throwing a ton of strikes. It's electric, and he's just not trusting it as much right now.
Tanner.
Last time we saw Logan Forsythe, you said that he had earned some more innings. Do you feel like he did that again tonight?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I'm on him a little bit because I hate the first 2 quick outs and then walk the guy, and then that's his maturity is staying locked in and staying focused because the stuff he's got really, really good stuff. I mean, our hitters hate hitting off of him, but relievers can't come in and start a rally about, you can't walk guys. I'm sure we'll walk some, but you got to be in the zone, and he at least he found it. I think that's a big moment tonight.
Doug.
Coach, there's 3 games left before SEC play. Is there any particular things that you still want to accomplish here tomorrow and next week in Biloxi?
Yeah, we want to win. So, I mean, it really is that's simple, and us to be able to play a little cleaner, a little better baseball, a little bit better, just do everything, us being able to expand games. And, we got another hitter or 2 we need to get hot. We need other arms that you're going to have to see. We're going to see some arms this week, being able to go out there and pitch well. We're in this gradual process of just hopefully getting better every day. We preach about it daily of just becoming a better team. I think you've seen that, but I said we still got work to do.
John.
Back to Colby, you talk about the confidence, and we've seen him have just nasty stuff before in the past too. But as a coach, I mean, through your experience, you've helped guys get their confidence back, and ultimately, I mean, it helped lead y'all to a national title a couple years ago. So, based on your experience with that, how do you kind of approach getting guys' confidence back when they clearly have like great stuff like that? Is it just like a case by case basis thing? Like, how do you go and?
It's a case by case. Sometimes you yell, sometimes you pat them on the back. It's just different for every guy. I think you coach and you try to give them something that they feel like they've gotten better at in their work to get going. I think that's one of the big pieces. And not to make up something, but just, hey, we're going to do our work and we could be a little better at this, and we perfect this in practice, and we go out there and have some success with it and move forward. I probably, and like in this game, me yelling at them doesn't. Now I'll yell at them. Don't get me wrong, but they don't go to class or something like that. But it's a lot. Our game's between the ears a lot. I got 6'7", 240 pounds, can throw 100 miles an hour. I mean, that's what we're dealing with. I mean, he's a beast. He just has to believe in it.
Robbie.
You talked about the walks, didn't like those, but for the most part, big improvement. How much has the defense helped that? The guys just being able to pitch with confidence, knowing that they're going to make the routine plays behind them.
I think that helps a lot, right? I mean, I think, and not just, we make plays, but we're rangy. We can make, the great play too. An outfield that runs, and I think our catchers, it gets overlooked a little bit. The 2 catchers have done a great job. I mean, we look up every night. They're helping get some extra pitches. They're if you're on the field with us, they're loud. They're communicating. They're chirping at our pitchers. Our catchers have really. I think when you talk about our defense, that's been a big improvement.